Sometimes we fall, you can't win them all. Okay. I'll pass out that door until the friend's gone, as the moment embrace walks over my bed. Soon we'll be dead, our brains and our heads. They've always forgotten when life gets so rotten. Soon I'll be dead. I lay in my bed. Love me to my knees. I won't shed a tear. Soon we'll be dead. Soon we'll be dead. Lay in our bed. We stayed in our youth. We won't shed a tear. And soon we'll be dead. Our brains and our heads. They've always forgotten when life gets so rocky.
If we leave the responsibility of tomorrow up to institutions like the World Trade Organization, the World Bank, and the International Monetary Fund, we're dooming ourselves to a future of corporate feudalism and ecological catastrophe.
Leftover crack there with Soon We'll Be Dead. Something to look forward to anyways. Of course, you're listening to the CPR podcast. I won't keep you. I'll crack on with some tunes because I'm basically scribbling down some notes for something I'm going to say to you during the interval. I say interval, just the middle of the show. Anyways, let's crack on. I'm feeling a bit fruity, so I'm going to play a bit more leftover crack. Here's Burn Them Presents.
surplus population is created, and the government's solution has been their entertainment for increasing petty offense.
Plot of human turnbuckles behind the precinct door to kill the minorities, the immigrants involved. Next to hunt the handicapped, disabled, blind and deaf. And what would all these pigs do? With no one left. Rob off the police state, assassinate the magistrate. We'll go to every town and tear that fucking prison down. Rob on the police state, assassinate the magistrate. We'll go to every town and tear that fucking prison down. Down! Fucking pigs, we're against them fucking pigs. Stab them with some dirty rigs, buried under dirt and twigs. Gotta hate that gang of fucking pigs.
Fuck the police! No! Smash the police! Down! Fuck the police! No! Smash the police! Down! Do you from enemy? Do you want me? Do you from enemy? We smash the police! Yeah. Fuck the police! No! Smash the police! Down! Fuck the police! No! Smash the police! Down! Go! Do you want me? Do you want me? Do you want me? We'll smash the police! Fuck the police, we kick him in the head. Smash the police, we're running as a bank. Fuck the police, we kick him in the head. Smash the police, we're running as a bank. Go! Do you want my mind? Do you want mine? Do you want my mind? Smash the bank. Stop! What do you intend to do with fascists on the rise? You can't sit down and ignore them like you did at previous times. You can look at them as a sick joke. Are you scared to take them on? Well, we did that in World War II when we could have stopped the war. Because we granddad didn't for a fascist. We shot them with his gun. The threw his sights, he took his aim until the fuckers run. Because me granddad didn't for a fascist. He just shot them with his gun. The threw his sights, he took his aim, and then the fuckers ran. Take them on, my friends, shove them in the place, treat them like shit on your boots, the scourge of the human race. Show them a proud history, don't give them any choice. And if you haven't got a gun, then raise your fucking face. Because the granddad didn't go to fascists. He shot them with his gun. They threw his sights, took his aim. You should have seen them run. Because the granddad didn't go to fascists. He just shot the fuckers with his gun. He threw his sights, he took his aim, and bang, right up the bum. Take your Adolf Hitler, and you can take your Eva Braun. You can take your whole Aryan race and stick them up your bum. You can take your Marty Bormann. You can take your Rudolf Hess. Cause when the granddad got hold of them, then he made a fucking mess. Because the granddad didn't go to fascists. He shot them with his gun. He took his sights, took his aim, and then the fuckers run. Because the granddad didn't go to fascists. He shot them with his gun. They threw his sights, took his aim, and then the fuckers run.
Made a ball there with my granddad didn't vote for fascists. Now, that brings us rather neatly into what I wanted to say to you today. There's a lot of people going on about how it's very important to vote for the Labour Party on account of that's the only way to get rid of the Tories. Now, the problem I have with that would be fine, of course, if indeed Labour were in fact a leftist, socialist alternative to the Tories, but they're very much nothing of the sort nowadays, and that's been the case since Tony Blair, at very least. And they're not even pretending. They've spent the past 4 years, I think now, offering no opposition whatsoever to the Tory coalition. They're not even there's an election coming up on the horizon. They're not even pretending that they're going to do anything differently from the Tories. I mean, like what's that fucking Cameron's fucking go-to phrase, all in it together, right? Now, you've got to understand this is political language, right? Politicians don't lie per se. They just fucking use words very fucking craftily, and they'll fucking tell you what they're up to if you read between the lines. And what he's saying is all in this together. He doesn't mean fucking all of us, right? We're getting fucked, and they're fucking doing off with all the money, right? They're in it together. They're a fucking criminal organisation. They fucking infiltrated the Labour Party and fucking took them off to the right. And the fucking all of those parties are actually, in fact, fascist organisations. Now, you might say, hold on there, Frankie. They're not fucking killing Jews and that's it. Well, no, they're not, but that's not actually what fascism is. We don't have to go into Nazism to be a fascist organisation. I think it was Mussolini who came up with fascism back in the day, and he said that it should more rightly be called corporatism because it is a merger of corporation and state. Now, all that means is the money men are in charge of the government. It's got fuck all to do with politics. It's not what's fucking right and just. It's fucking basically up for sale to anyone rich enough to afford to buy them, and the Labour Party are very much in that same camp as the Tories are. Now, don't get me wrong, by all means go out and vote however you wish. It's not for me to tell you how to vote if you do choose to do so. I would recommend the Green Party. They seem to be the only party actually campaigning on actual sensible policies, rather than fuck you, pay me, or the UKIP alternative, which is fuck black people, pay me, which, you know, obviously isn't on. Personally, I don't like to vote. not least because I've got student loans, and if I put my name on the electoral register, quite aside from legally giving over my consent to be governed by whatever process that this electoral process throws up, even though it's decidedly unjust, and we had a whole thing last time about fucking we need to change the electoral system because it's fucking doesn't bring out proper representatives, but I digress. I forgot where I was up to now. Yeah, people, I don't vote because electoral register gives over your details to debt collectors who then come and ruin your life. So a lot of people can't actually vote, and that's the thing that a lot of people overlook when they say, hey, fuck you for saying didn't vote. Well, and another part of it is that people always say that fucking people fought and died for your right to vote, and you were just fucking disgracing them by not using that fucking right to vote. Well, actually, right, the way I see it, they vote to have a voice, to be able to affect the democratic process in some way. Now, if you have a situation where the two main parties, who have now become three main parties, are all singing from the same hymn book, even four main parties, you could say, if you're including the UKIP at the moment, but they're all singing from the same neo-fascist fucking hymn book that says, fuck the lot of yous, you should be fucking, we own you, and you should fucking work until you die. In fact, we're going to fucking kill you off. We're going to cut off the benefits of sick and disabled people. We're going to force people who are able to look for work but can't find it because there isn't any work in working for no money. Basically, it is literally a new form of slavery, because when benefits are worked out to be, and I don't know if it still says this in the letters, but it used to say, this is the minimum amount the government says you need to live on, right? So if that's all you're getting for working, right, and you're working, and the new schemes they're bringing in now, they're talking about 6-month placements, which, as I understand, is twice the amount allowed for community service orders, then, you know, I mean, what else can you call that? When back in the days of slavery, I say back in the days, it was never really abolished, it was just repackaged, but in terms of slavery, right, they had you fucking working all day, and then they would give you a bit of food, some clothing, shelter, just enough to keep you alive so you can come into work the next day and keep on grafting until you fucking die, right? And, you know, if you're not getting anything out of work, if you're getting the minimum the government says you would need to live on, then what the fuck else is that? Do you know what I mean? Just because they're not directly giving you the saying, right, here's your little shed where you live in, and that's your little bowl of food that you can have, right? They're saying, oh, well, fucking, here's a couple of quid, the very minimum you need to live on, right? And just fuck off at the end of the day, and then come back on Monday and start over again and graft away. And it's the same thing. And Labour are saying they're going to be as tough, if not tougher, than the Tories, right? So they're not. That's not an option, right? If you don't have a choice, you don't have a voice. Do you see where I'm going with that? And I think that's basically all I've got to say. We need to expand our activism. The thing to do is unpick the political language, try and build community ties, because what we don't have a society at the moment. What we're basically and I think Ian Duncan Smith not quite recently slipped up referring to we the people as stock. We're literally treated as livestock. They don't give a shit about us. We're a fucking resource to be exploited, and that's it. You know, we're not active participants in a democratic society at all. We're fucking a product to be bought and used and sold, and that's it. And so we need to build a society, and then from there develop ways to develop that society and defend that society from these fucking people who are trying to basically kill us all. Anyways, the best crack on with some tunes, otherwise I'm going to take up the whole rest of the show. Here's the Zounds. You can't cheat karma.
1, 2, 3, go. I've got an ego, it won't let me go. What am I gonna do? A, B, C, D, paranoia's killing me. I'm dying on me aching feet, what a way to go. Roll up, people always stroll up. So why don't you ride? No, thank you. Big cats, small cats, some cats are fat cats. Those cats are bad cats, what we gonna do? There's an awful lot of people in the world today. There's an awful lot of trouble on the streets these days. And it doesn't seem to matter what you do or say. If a change is gonna happen, gotta help it on its way. A change's gotta come before too long, I know. Peace has gotta come and I could be wrong, I know. But I just don't know what I can do. You don't trust me and I don't trust you. I bet you wish you did and I know I do. Why have you got secrets? Cause I know you have. If you've got something to hide then it must be bad. A change has gotta come before too long, I know. Peace has gotta come and I could be wrong, I know. But I just don't know what I can do. I bet you wish you did and I know I do. Why have you got secrets? Cause I know you have. If you've got something to hide then it must be bad. A change has gotta come before too long, I know. Peace has gotta come and I could be wrong, I know. But I just don't know what I can do.
Black as 80 here there with Motherfucker. That's all I've got time for on today's episode of the CBR podcast. No time at all to say goodbye, but ta-da, and I'll tune in again tomorrow for some ska punk that'll blow your fucking socks off. See you then now. Ta-da!